wherever you are. Rama Gilla Gilla, thank you very much for joining. Uh, um, I was told to go live, so I'm live now. And we're needing to speak about the week. Yeah, don't you think? Let's discuss this past week of, wow, so many new disclosures, exposures of evil people. And Candace, isn't it so funny how Candace is the word? Candace is the name. Candace. Let's put some light on the topic. Candace. I don't know what PJ is talking about. I have no idea what PJ is talking about when she says, oh, sorry, I'm wearing my gown and it's a Friday night in Africa. I don't know. It's maybe 10 a.m. in America. But anyway, Candace Owens has disappeared. And the French government wants to off her. And now on the YouTube streets, on the crime community, true crime community, they wanting to bring up the Summer Wells case, which is never going to be solved, however smart you think you are. The truth of the matter is you need a body to make a declaration of death. So Summer Wells is still alive. Bless Summer Wells. We have a South African girl who also was taken away by these rich people who take over the child, who own the child. Now, this girl got taken away in America. I think it was 2016. Yeah? Was it 2016? No, the 16th of June or the 17th of July or the 16th of July. I don't know. She disappeared. She just got gone. Like Candace Owens just got gone. And when you speak too much, and the people at the top of the ladder, like the president of France, will just put a number on your head. And believe me, I've had a number put on my head. Yes. A number of times. I've thwarted a number of assassinations. I have, this is a strange thing. Look, my sister always wanted to kill me. Since I've been alive, she's wanted to kill me. I need to switch this light off. Yes, it's much better that way. She just wanted to kill me. She didn't understand why. Why weren't it? Why won't it show? Let's see if it works. It did light it. They all failed. So I was always Used to. I'm used to it. I learned about this growing up. But people want to kill you. So you try to fit in line and step in queue and follow the leader. And you're always wanting to know who the leader is, but the leader is always someone that changes or dies or leaves the pack. You see, it doesn't really matter if you know anything that's the truth or honest or going to you. If you've got anything that wants to of value of anybody that you've learned, it's important for you to actually keep your mouth shut your trap, not say anything. I've learned a few taglines on YouTube over the few years, and staying in the curtains or staying on the curbside or staying in your lane or dying on your heel are a few of them. And you make your choice. And to be honest, I would say to Candace Owens why don't you just go and die on your heel? Because she knows, well, she will be crucified by the Christians. Isn't it so funny that Christians, this is where Christian magic is personified, is explanatory. It is well explained and shown to you where Christian leaders of churches, Christian, there's, I think, 48,000 different Christian faiths on the planet. So, the Church of the Latter-day Saints is not the end of the world. They're not the only, but they're very strong and very powerful. Why? Because they're American. They're American. Sorry, I've said it so many times. So sorry. Oh, the trolling. Why did that happen? Can you delete it? Delete it, delete it, delete it. Why can't I delete it? Can I delete it? Can I? Fuck, 12 times. 12 times. I don't know how Discord works. Anyway, Candace is gone. Candace is gone. It's so sad. Candace is gone. It's so sad. Because I would wake up every morning, like at 5 in the morning, and that would be the first news I would want to listen to, was Candace Owens. Finding out how it just proves the point that we have no control or any say in anything. It doesn't matter who you are, whether you're a reporter or if you're part of the mainstream media networks, when you just say what they type for you to say. But if you want to be a citizen journalist, then you also need to step in line for the citizen journalists. But what's forgotten here is that Candace also could be a CIA plant. Hello, Nia Moguera, how are you doing? Good to see you here. Thank you very much for joining. Could you even imagine that Candace Owens, I mean, it seems that her law firm is, how old are you, King Kai? Wow, you're a young guy. Hello, King Kai. You have 1 subscriber and 15 videos. How old are you? 12. I hope you grow up soon. Anyway, are you transgender? Well, welcome. I'm gay. Well, slightly. I'm sort of like almost teetering towards gamophobic. I don't know, have you heard of gamophobic? It's a new word. It's an accidental word. Who said that? Gamophobic. Yeah, one of the tarot readers, she said gamophobic, and I thought that's so funny. Gamophobic. But yeah, how transgender are you? Are you wanting to become? Or are you intersexed physically? Anyway, yeah, I mean the world is an amazing place, but if you say the wrong things about the wrong people, then you can be deleted. Very, very sad situation. So you need to decide not only who you want to be, but you also need to choose what you want to say and to who. It's very important. You don't want to waste your discoveries unless you're in court, unless you're a lawyer, and you're defending your case. Then okay, fine. But I've come to learn now it's so important that, and I'm a Gemini, I'm known, people will steer clear of me in the workplace. I've experienced this. You just stay away from Lionel. Don't come near. Because loose lips sink ships. And you have to beware. You have to be careful. You have to not speak out. YouTube is a different story. It's like you want to do the opposite. You want to speak out. You want to be the news projector. So how old are you? You didn't answer me yet, Neo. You haven't answered me yet. How old are you? You have to tell me how old you are, please. Because this is an adult entertainment show. And even though you are welcome, Vamo Gila Gila, you are welcome, yeah, Sunny Banani, Vamo Gila Gila. Okay, that's better. Your son is 12. He looks 12 in the video. I'm 52. I don't want to be speaking to children. There's a lot of people online that are predators, and what's worse is there's 10 times more predator hunters, these people online, that are looking for people who are predators. And there's more predator hunters than there are predators. It's just the laws of the jungle, I suppose, and hunting. Yes. Hi, Isagi. Isagi Edit Salot. Are you from India? So I find everything amazing when I don't know if you've watched the movie with Jim Carrey, the um, the Truman Show, and how everything just seems to fall in place and work out. It's like, how on earth can the news in America coincide with my personal life feeling? But that's how it happens. And I know the answer. I do know the answer. I don't know if you've experienced living and feeling like you're living in the Truman Show. And the reason why that movie is there and it catches you is because there is a truth, there is a fact that we are all, not only the wizards, you know, there's a fact that there are wizards and magicians in the Christian church. And when they stand on the pulpit and they preach and they teach and they propagate and they plant thoughts, whether it be for love, it can also be for evil and destruction. That's what they do. And they destroy lives. And if you don't follow in their way, they call it the right way, then they will destroy your life. Wizards in the church, in the Christian church, on the pulpit, at the pulpit, preaching. It's been done for thousands of years. I can show it to you now. Where the preacher is asking you, this is a turning point, and telling you who is evil. Do you want to see it? Let me show you. Let me get it for you. Let me show you an evil, no, not an evil, a good preacher. A good preacher telling you how you should understand things to be. You see? This is how it goes. Let me set this up. This is true, how can I say it? Right-hand path, magic, hatred. Hatred. This is not walking in love. This is walking in destruction and, for a lack of a better word, evil. Evil is only something that we don't know what it is. But I wanted to look at this and I want to show you how the Christians, but okay, they might be not Christians, they're just Mormons. And the Mormons, the Church of the Latter-day Saints, yeah, baby, brother, from another mother, are not the same. They're not the same, and they are very powerful, just like the Israelis. The Israelis are very, very powerful, and it seems like we have a symbiotic relationship. Mm-hmm.
What is going on, everybody? Coach Colin here. Just wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to all of you because I received so many messages. I did not think I'd receive that many messages and the prayers and the well wishes and all that stuff. So happy Thanksgiving. Right back to all of you. I can't respond to every single person, so I just wanted to take a second to say that. Now, we are getting into some stuff. Now, recently, I've been really focusing on doing research and bringing you what I find and talking about that whole thing. And I haven't been really doing clips all that much. And I'm kind of moving that way, but not fully, because when I have something to show you, I have something to show you. Now, Turning Point has decided that they're now going to go on the offensive when it comes to Candace Owens and Tucker, but mostly Candace, especially in these clips that I'm going to show you. They've been taking shots at her, and I find it really interesting. We'll get into why, but this most recent clip, they're now resorting to calling Candace evil and demonic. That is what it has now devolved into, and this is Turning Point. This is not an affiliate. This is Turning Point Faith is now taking time during sermons to do things like this. Rob McCoy has done this. Frank Turek has done this, and I'll be showing you those clips in a second. And now we have, I'm calling him Johnny K. You'll see why in a minute because his name is very, very long. But I'm calling him Johnny K right now. Johnny K had some things to say about Candace. I'm going to show you Candace's retort to him. And then I'm going to show you someone who actually went to a Turning Point Faith event and what their experience was. And it was a very negative experience, which makes perfect sense. Now, let's get into it. Here's the first clip. Check it out.
So contrary to what Candace Owens is saying,
this is a magician, a magi, someone that spells magical words and listen to this magic. Demonic, evil.
who's spending her time trying to tear down the legacy of Charlie Kirk, fighting against Erica Kirk, his wife. I mean, you have to be cruel and demonic to insinuate the things that she has insinuated over the past several weeks. She's evil.
No. Let me tell you now, Erica Kirk is Isis, Lilith, the goddess. Yes, Venus, the one to be loved, the bearer of the fruit. Erica. Let me just not. There's a reason why this is going on. There's a reason why this guy is saying this. This preacher man is standing here and he's calling all his angels to fight the demons. Wow. Why are you wearing black, brother?
That's what it is. And a big hand clap goes there. Don't get shy on me tonight. I ain't the one. I came too far to play around. It's evil. It's corrupt. It should not take place. She sounds like a jaded person who wish they were in the role that Charlie Kirk's wife is in, but she isn't.
And
so therefore she seeks to tear down his legacy. And at some point, her husband's got to walk into that podcast room and start unplugging cords. I mean, by now I would have already done it if it was my wife. I'm yanking cords. I'm shutting down the camera.
This is the problem with these type of Christians. They want to scream Romans and Corinthians, and the woman must shut up. When the husband says to shut up, you must shut up. If you find something that is not right, it doesn't work out, you must just shut up. Why? Because of is Ra El. Isis, Ra, Elohim. Because of him. You must just shut the fuck up. MJD, I just want to tell you how beautiful you are. You are so beautiful to me. I'm going to show everyone just now how beautiful MJ is. I'm going to show everyone your photograph. You are so
Hey,
beautiful.
Tim, sweetie, get up, get out of this room, and can you please help out with the kids? Because this is a dastardly deed that is being done. I thought that the greatest foe that we would have to contend with after the assassination of Charlie Kirk would be the left. But sadly, it's friendly fire from the right. I'm moving on.
Well, you know what? That's what most of us thought as well. We thought it was just going to be the left who had an issue with digging into the whole Charlie Kirk case. We thought it was going to be them, like it has been so many times, saying, I can't believe you're doing this. I can't believe you're taking the time to do this type of stuff. I can't believe you're messing around with these theories. We thought it was going to be them. But for some reason, just like he said, it's friendly fire from people who are actually supposed to be on the same side. I thought everybody was going to be like, it's time. We got to figure this out. We've seen this type of stuff happen before. We've seen Butler. We've seen Dallas. We've seen the grassy knoll. Not this time, buddy. We're going to figure this out. We thought it was going to be all of us. We were all going to go, let's figure this out. And Ben Shapiro was going to go, hooray! We thought it was going to be like that. It wasn't like that. It was very weird. All right, guys, there's 3 things I need you to do. Like, subscribe, and go check out the Patreon. That's it. Get back to the episode. Very different. Not sure why. Don't get it. But, yeah, the fact that he's going around, he's calling Candace evil, demonic, a dastardly deed. This guy reached into his 1940s bag with that one. He's like, let me just pull out the dastardly deed. That's going to impress him. Dastardly. Like he's a Dick Tracy character. Hey, which one of you guys committed this dastardly deed? Who would do something this dastardly? Only Two-Face would. Batman. I'm mixing things there, mixing eras there. But yeah, it's pretty wild that they're resorting to that type of thing. Because I've seen this happen before. And I'm sure you have as well. You know, in the past 5 years, 6 years, I'm sure we've seen this, where, you know, it starts with a little suggestion. It starts with a little nudge. It starts with a tiny disagreement. Then all of a sudden it becomes you're a bad person if you don't do this. Then all of a sudden it becomes insulting your intelligence. You must have some kind of feeble mind to be pursuing this type of thing. Then all of a sudden, when none of that works, then all of a sudden it becomes real bad. You know, your husband should be looking after you. Somebody should be looking into your mental faculties. Oh, you know what? You
Kanye West, Britney Spears.
have evil inside of you. You're that type of person. That you're trying to demonize a person. Literally, we use that term quite a bit when we're talking about cancellations and stuff like that. But this is literally, they're trying to demonize her now. They're trying to make people see that she is some kind of evil entity, when in actuality, it is literally, and I'm one of these people as well, and I'm not what I'm going to say about Candace. It's literally just a friend who's upset that their friend is gone and wants to figure out what exactly happened. Because the way that the official narrative was brought to everybody in a stunning 33 hours just doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. And then if you're like her and you have text messages and you know this, you've seen everything she's uncovered. All of that was going to go not spoken about ever if Candace didn't step up the way she did. All of it. The messages that we...
Candace Owens. Candace Owens is a black girl that used to be on Turning Point, that was sort of Charlie Kirk's handler when he was young. If you don't know who Candace Owens is, you can Google her. She's a huge star on YouTube. She was ousted because she doesn't agree with following the Jewish country.
now know, the timelines, all of it was just going to be silent. That's how it was going to be. And there would have still been us.
And so MJD, she got a warning of assassination plot has already been paid for. Yeah. The president's wife, first they started suing her for for slander, saying because she doesn't believe that the president's wife is a true female. Yeah? And so she's being sued by the president's wife in Delaware. Strangely enough, I've been watching a few of her lives, and her lives have disappeared. Some of them, the important ones, where there are strange aircraft that have been flying in and out of Delaware. And these aircraft are not owned by Americans. They're not even owned, they're actually owned and run by the Egyptian military. And it flies from Paris to Delaware to Utah. I don't know if you've been watching these series. And now she tweeted last week, Friday, that she had a number on her head. And it was confirmed that there was a number on her head. And so she hasn't been. So my whole week has been disrupted because I couldn't watch Candace. My God. Lord have mercy. Hey, Warrior Nun. Hey, Bob Sukomi. Good to see you here. People need to stop caring about other people's opinions. It really doesn't matter. No, well, you see, now Candace Owens was the best friend of Charlie Kirk. But isn't it strange that Candace Owens wasn't at the funeral, at the big memorial, the big sacrificial gathering of Satanism? They were all celebrating his death, from Elon to Trump to Erica, celebrating him gone. He got gone. And it's all got twisted. It all got twisted.
The little people going after this type of stuff, saying, oh, well, you know, we would have been still doing our breakdowns and stuff. But because she had such a big platform and she just made her whole platform just about that, it pushed the inquiries to a different level, as it should. And then comes in Ian, and then comes in Baron Coleman with these Google search trends that nobody, now that's becoming a regular part of research for people. They go, okay, this is the next phase. Let me look into the Google trends. So, you know, shout out to her. Definitely not evil, definitely not demonic. But of course, Candace was able to laugh about this whole thing. Candace right away says, T.S., she goes, Turning Point USA, faith coming to a city near you. God wants you to clap for me. And if you didn't notice, you know, I know sometimes in this channel, listen, don't feel bad. I got to do the Ebonics breakdown for people. I might have to do that here. And it's okay. It's okay. We learn together. Listen, I don't know how to read French. Okay? I don't know how to read any other language. Sometimes not even English. It's all good. We all have our things. But I'll translate it for you.
So contrary to what can be demonic, to insinuate the thing.
Sorry, Erica Kirk, you say the wife, says Warrior Nun, the wife, such a good bad actress, was more interested in dropping names during the service. No mention of their children at all. PSYOP. Yeah, she is a total PSYOP. I'm sorry to say it. She is the Isis figurine. She is the Queen Esther. She is the goddess who created the children. And now she's taking this. No, this is an evil conspiracy. Totally pharaonic bullshit. These people that rule the world. She, Erica Kirk, was Miss Arizona. She won Miss Arizona. She's a plant from the start. She was put there to take him out from the beginning.
That she has insinuated over the past several weeks. She's evil. That's what it is. And a big hand clap goes there. Don't get shy on me tonight.
And a big hand clap goes there. Don't get shy on me tonight. Okay? Just translating it for you guys. He said that, and then he said, you should all be applauding for me now. Don't get ever so shy Don't be bashful with me tonight, ladies and gentlemen. That's what he was saying, if you needed a little translation there. I understand. I understand. I barely understand it myself sometimes. Uh, I'm joking. I'm joking. But that is what Candace is referring to. The guy's basically saying, come on, y'all. Go ahead and give it up for me. Because you know what that is. And this is going to be just a little deep. But you know what that is. That's like that's a mental thing that he's doing there. That's a psychological thing that he's doing. And he says something. They don't clap. He says, no, clap for me. Because
when I'm talking about magicians on platforms, it doesn't matter left or right hand path. This is a magician. This is a sorcerer. This man in black here. And he's explaining it to you nice and clear.
when they actually do clap, whether they realize it or not, they are in agreement with him, right? It builds that rapport between the crowd and the person speaking. The more I can get you to clap for me, right? The more I can get you to clap for me, the more you're in agree mode. It's just like when you're trying to, I don't know if you ever heard of, is it called the Socratic method? There's a sales method that we used to do a lot. I used to work all sorts of different types of sales and stuff. And it was just getting people to say yes. You say you're looking for this thing. Yes. Your name's this. Yes. And they say yes. And you're trying to find this. Yes. And you really want a deal. Yes. Yes. And you just get them saying yes over and over again. And then when you have your real agenda afoot that you want to push to them, which is making the sale and making your money, they are more inclined to say yes. That's the kind of game that he's playing there. He keeps on, he'll keep on asking for the clap until he doesn't have to ask for the clap anymore. And then he knows he really has the people, and then he can work out more of what he wants to put out there. Now, I will say I don't know how long he was on stage before he went into this whole thing, but that's just, I'm here to point things out. I point things out. What could I say? But Candace laughed at it. Candace can laugh at it. It makes perfect sense that she did, but I'm not really, because I know where this is going. You're trying to. We've seen this.
Well, yeah, I didn't know that.
We've seen this with a certain somebody in Butler, Pennsylvania. People said enough about him to make people, all sorts of people, believe that that man who was running for office was some kind of demon, was some kind of terrible force that was going to destroy the country. And it made people, not just the guy, Thomas Crooks, not just him, it made multiple people want to go after him. Way more than we know about as well, just so you know, way more than we know about. That's exactly what happened with Charlie. People were this guy full of hate. You can watch his clips. It's like, where is it? Where is it? I don't understand. I don't get it. Where is it? But people were conditioned with that. They kept on saying all of this rhetoric over and over and over and over again, and it gets into people's minds. And that's the game they're now playing with Candace. It's a dastardly deed. I put it in there right? It's a dastardly deed what he's doing there. Now he actually saw everybody circulating this clip. No, not Ask Rock. Get off of here. And he actually, and this is why I said we're gonna call him Johnny K. I mean, look at that name. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? It's John K. Amen Chu Kawu Senior? No, sir. No, sir. We call him Johnny K. This is what Johnny K had to say. I stand by every word I said in this clip while preaching in Washington State. There is a difference between investigating and spreading slanderous surmisings cloaked as factual truth. The Bible speaks against slander and fake. I'm assuming that's supposed to say accusers, unless there's another word that I don't know about. Very possible. False accusers and sowing seeds of discord. I'm sticking with the Bible. Charlie would have done the same. Sadly, he can't. Now, I just want to point out really quick. This guy went from, I stand by what I say in this clip, right? He could have just left it there. But he made sure to say, hey, I'm sticking with the Bible. So now what he's saying is, what I'm saying, me calling her evil, me calling her demonic, that has nothing to do with how I feel. It has nothing to do with what was done or what was said about or revealed in regards to people who work in Turning Point, who may be connected to my bosses and whatnot. It has nothing to do with any of that. It's just that I have to follow the Bible. That's what this is really about. I mean, it has nothing to do with me. I just have to stick with it. So he's trying to take that and have it give him license to act this way and to spread this type of rhetoric about somebody. That's what he's trying to do right now. If you notice, Candace has said a lot of things about people from Turning Point. She never hides behind faith or scripture. She might say it doesn't sit well in my heart. She might say, she says all sorts of things, but she never tries to hide behind it. And that's exactly what he's doing. And then he takes it a step further and he says, don't just let me hide behind this. I'm also going to hide behind Charlie. And I'm going to say Charlie would have done the same. So not only am I doing the right thing and I'm just sticking by this book, my faith, I am also doing what Charlie would have done. So when you guys look at me and you hear me say these terrible things about one of Charlie,
Well, you know, Warrior Nun is carrying on about Trump and this debacle. Like Trump said last week on his plane flying back from Europe or wherever he was, and he said, no, I'm the president, I'm in this plane, I'm not going to heaven. Trump said it plainly. He is not going to heaven for the things that he knows and that he has to do and has done to be president. He is no shining angel that's going to go to prison. He knows it. The question is, do we think that Candace Owens is a shining angel, shining her light on the earth like an angel does? Is Candace Owens a psyop herself? Because her lawyers have an office in the same building as the CIA. So maybe this is also a psyop, just like watching, like Peggy said, that Charlie Kirk wasn't dead. That was a psyop. None of them actually saw him get shot dead. And there was a lot of talk about all the blood that came out. And then guess what? There was no blood. There was just a hole in his neck. Yeah?
very good friends who helped build the company that I am now afforded to be on stage representing, just know that it's also, I'm Charlie. You're looking at Charlie here. So you can't really get mad. You're not going to get mad at Charlie, are you? Very, very dastardly. That's the word of the day today. Dastardly. And then he says Galatians 4:16, have I now become your enemy by telling you the truth? And this is so amazing that he says that. First off, it's amazing because in my church, we are covering Galatians. We are talking about Galatians pretty much, I don't know, it's been like 2 months now where we're covering a lot of Galatians. But I find it so amazing that he says, have I now become your enemy by telling you the truth?
Who says this? Paul.
I just have to, because this guy's hiding behind all sorts of people.
And who wrote this? It was Paul. And Paul is the biggest gangster in Christendom, as far as I'm concerned. And he wrote half of the New Testament. He spoke of his thorn in his flesh. You cannot trust Paul. You can only trust Jesus and James.
I just gotta really quickly see who said in the Bible, quotes, paste. Please give me an answer here. Let me see something. Who said this? The statement was said by the Apostle Paul. So that's who he's comparing himself to there by using that quote. He's the Apostle Paul. Good for him. I'm glad he thinks so much of himself. He's Charlie. He's the Apostle Paul. Just very nice. Very nice. He's built himself up into quite the being. But also, what surprises me about that is that he is literally saying these things about Candace, then using this, and he has made her his enemy. And many people from Turning Point and otherwise have made her the enemy because she's telling them the truth. They'll say, no, what you said is not the truth. And she'll go, okay, I'll show you proof. And then they go, well, the fact that you showed proof, it proves more that you're a liar when you bring us proof. It's very interesting, the game that's being played. Very, very interesting. But this is not the only attack that's happened. I don't know if you guys remember. Frank Turek actually took aim at her as well recently. This is actually a recent one. I have another one after this. But this is a very recent one where he is he's giving her a taste of her own medicine with his own little theory here.
The trial is probably not going to be for at least another year.
I'm sorry, is the trial not going to be for another year? I could swear that I heard that the trial was going to be in late January because he just came out and said this like 3 days ago, maybe 2 days ago. I thought the trial was going to be near the end of January. He's saying it's not going to be for another, like this time next year. Is that what's happening? I thought it was January 2026 the trial was happening. I don't know. I find that so odd. I'm going to look that up, but you guys listen to the rest of this.
We can't keep spinning conspiracy theories without evidence. People are going to get hurt. So I plead, if you're watching this kind of stuff, or you know people that are, you need to say, hey.
How gay is this preacher? Pink shirt and all, darling, baby, with a mic on his lips.
It's okay to ask
Like
questions.
a
It's not
phallic
okay
symbol.
to insinuate people are guilty unless you have really strong evidence.
How gay, how
fact,
gay, how gay. Just
If I
look
were
at
to
his
say, I
knob
really
there.
think Candace Owens
Look at
did
it.
this. I really think she did. You know why? Because Charlie stopped inviting her to the big events. And she thought if she could get rid of Charlie, then maybe they'd ask her to be the head of Turning Point.
Let him cook. Let him finish. Let him finish. Okay? Let's hear this.
And she's bringing all this up.
Wow. Warrior Nun says, Lord Dandy, if you like, you and I could collaborate on panel using the tarot. It's up to you. Once a week, you can email me or give me your number. I could ring you. Well, you know what, Warrior Nun? When I upload every video that I make, there is an option to invite a collaborator. I wonder, I still have to finish all my star signs. I've got, 112 to go. And once I finish them, then I will do a big daily pool, or like a weekly pool, a collective pool. And I'm going to press the collaborate with button option, and I'm going to put your name there. Yeah. And we'll see, because I did before in the past, try it with Mississippi Talker, but I wasn't speaking about something. You need to speak about a topic that the collaborator can actually join you and collaborate with you. But that's firstly. Secondly, yes, I would love that. We do a weekly. Hey, which day would you like? Yeah, we do a live panel tarot. That would be great. Let's finish this quickly.
Citing all these other people to cover her own tracks. And I really think she's jealous of Erica too. I think she's the one that did this. This all.
Listen, you don't even get cardboard for that theory. You get nothing that's made of tinfoil. You get no aluminum for that, sir. You don't even get saran wrap. You get cardboard. You get a cardboard hat. That's what you get. Sorry, man. And I don't mean a nice Burger King crown. You're not getting a Burger King crown, okay? That's for the purest of hearts. You don't get that. You're getting a cardboard. I'm talking about Amazon box hat. That's what you're getting for that theory. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But I see what he's saying. He's saying, this is what she's doing. She's just saying things there. And, he's wrong, but we'll talk about it in a second.
All checks out. Would that be fair? No, it's not fair. It's ridiculous. I have no evidence for it. But I submit to you that appears to be what she's doing, knowingly or unknowingly.
Guys, also, this is a sermon. Guys, he's a pastor. It's Turning Point Faith. That's what he's talking about. Okay? I'm just saying. It's very, very wild. But here's the thing. Candace is not just, and I know I don't have to explain this to you guys. With all the things that I've said, I'm bringing what I see, what I'm actually finding out. She's bringing what she sees. When she says there's text messages, she shows text messages. That's not her just making things up. She's coming to a certain point. But here's the reason why I played this clip, is because who is he defending when he says this? Think about that for a second. Because Candace has not said that she thinks Mikey has done something. She has not said that she thinks Rob McCoy has done something. She actually said Frank Turek seems the most honest out of everybody. So she's definitely not saying anything about him. She said Blake seems honest. She doesn't think he's lying whatsoever. She has not accused anyone, definitely not Erica, right? She's made sure to not say anything about Erica. Even gotten pushback, I'm sure, because I've gotten pushback on not saying anything about Erica. So he's not defending it. Who is he actually defending when he says this, right? Because who has she brought into question? Well, she brought into question Philadelphia. She brought into question the French, Egyptians. She brought those people into question. Not even the people of the places I just mentioned, just the possible organizations that are looming within those places. So who is he actually trying to defend here? Why is it an actual problem that she's wondering about these planes and she's wondering about these cars and she's wondering where they came from? She's wondering who was on the plane. She's not saying she knows who was on the planes. She's saying who was and why were they following Erica and why were they following Charlie? Why does he have a problem with that? What about that to him says, I need to have people not listen to her. I need to use my platform to make sure people don't listen to her. What is it about? I don't get it. It's weird. And I know you're yelling at the screen right now and you're saying, because Frank's one of the... Hey, relax. I know what you mean. Why are you defending these places? Do these places need defending? Do these organizations need defending? Not if they're innocent. Right? I don't know. I just don't get it. It's like, yeah, your behavior was called into question. Okay. You're signaling, you're doing things with your hat. People thought you were signaling, blah, blah, blah. You weren't, right? That's a story done. But they still have to ask. People still have to ask things. Right? Just like with his theory. If you had to ask about Candace, okay, it's like, okay, let's look into Candace being the person. It dries up really quick. It just does. It really dries up very, very fast. But, I don't know. I don't want to say anything too bad about Frank. Yeah. Because the things that came up as inconsistencies with Frank were Rob McCoy's doing. It wasn't Frank's doing, right? Like he was covered in, but he wasn't covered in. But he didn't say that. It was Rob that said that. So I'm not going to do anything too harsh. But and then there was also this, just really quick, and then we're going to jump over to this girl because she has a wild experience.
Listen to people like Candace Owens, like right now with her conspiracy theories and stuff, and like, I don't know, man, I'm getting more and more thinking the best thing that could happen to humanity is the internet could go down. yeah, as soon as we lose Wi-Fi, we're all upset, but that might be the best thing that happens to us. But
yeah, man, I agree. Anytime I see 10 things on the internet that I don't like, I'm just like, why doesn't the entire power grid go down? I saw 5 posts from people I don't like, and I'm like, shut it all down. I don't know. And I didn't even, they just kind of made me uncomfortable. And yeah, I could block the people and everything, but just shut it all down. I don't want to have to do that. If I can't have fun, no one can. What are they talking about? And honestly, I'll be honest, I just wanted to say that just to, poke fun a little bit. But I don't even, listen, this guy is, I didn't even notice what was on his hat there. This guy is a part of Frank's flock, right? I would assume everyone is at this point to be going to see Frank, because who is that name, right? Why would you go unless you knew him and you believed in Turning Point Faith? But I don't know. I don't want to make an assumptions. But the fact that a guy comes out and says this, and he's like squarely against her, it just, you know what I want to say. Like, this guy, was he put there, or or was it legit? Oh, I don't know. It doesn't seem legit to me. Just that guy. He probably has, probably has a military background. No shots at people who have military backgrounds. I'm just saying, there's a whole lot around Frank in this whole situation. All right, let's keep going.
Of what Candace Owens has done, but I will say what I have seen, there's a difference between a possibility and evidence for a possibility. You can speculate on anything you want, but unless you have evidence, shut up.
I've heard that so many times, so many different things. It's not just that I'm like for Candace and like that's it. It's not just that. It's that I've seen this type of thing too many times, and it doesn't lead to good places. Because what's really trying to happen is you're trying to silence someone. I don't care that it's Candace. It's someone who's speaking facts, truth, and they're giving up a lot in regards to they could be covering other things. They could not be getting all this backlash. They could not be getting themselves in danger. And they're trying to silence that person. When that happens, you have to speak up when that starts to happen. But yeah, there you go. Frank was telling her to shut up. That was a couple of weeks ago. So now we're going to move on to this lady here and her experience. Check this out.
So I went to a TPUSA Faith event tonight, and I want to talk about it. Thinking that I was going to enjoy myself and learn things because TPUSA is obviously a conservative faith-based foundation, or so I thought. I thought I was going to be informed about politics stemming strictly from biblical principles, and that's not my experience. So right off the bat, the speaker comes up, and before he even gets into preaching or talking about politics, he begins by calling out Candace Owens and saying that she is evil and anti-Semitic, and what she's doing is evil. I immediately wanted to leave. I didn't want to be there any longer listening to this nonsense, because right off the bat I know that that's just not true. And the only reason I didn't leave is because on the way in I basically got security checked 5 times, because there was armed men standing everywhere in front of me. They were very suspicious of me. I don't know. There was also an armed man on stage, hand on his gun. The security was everywhere. And I was I just don't want to deal with it. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, but it just didn't feel right. So I'm in this church and I'm listening to this TPUSA speaker go on and on about Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, and how they're evil and anti-Semitic. And he basically indirectly is saying we should support
Philadelphia.
Because Jesus was a Jew and we wouldn't have Christianity without
Philadelphia.
Judaism, and blah, blah, blah. Obviously, I disagree with that. What they're doing is
Philadelphia.
Israel is evil, and they're so corrupt, it's insane. And also, I don't think Charlie Kirk would stand for that. We know, as the weeks before his passing, he was starting to call out
Philadelphia.
And Candace Owens was his best friend. What? So then he goes on and he starts preaching. But the way he was preaching, it wasn't really preaching. He was just literally calling the left names. He called the left idiots. He called them freaks. He called them it didn't feel right. And my thought process.
So she then goes on to talk about how he was talking about the left and how it wasn't really structured in any way. It was more just calling them names. She talks about how, and this happens in a few different sermons where they start talking about supporting Philadelphia and that people of their faith should be doing that because they're called to, etc., etc. It's odd. It's very odd. The sermons this is why Rob McCoy had a lot of his videos pulled down, because they're very weird. It's not natural. Even this one. Where is it? It's here. Even this one. Let me just jump over here. Pull this one out. Boom, take this one down. There. This episode, it's called Has God Cast Away His... Let me see that full title. Has God Cast Away His People? It's a very odd one. I think Ian Carroll actually dove into this one. This might have been the one that... Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, guys. This might have been the one that Baron Coleman was trying to look into, and then it got taken down on YouTube. And it's still on Spotify. But even as you listen to this, he goes into, right away, he goes into calling exactly what this girl described. He goes into calling, and this is Rob McCoy, he goes into calling Candace names, Tucker. He actually says, Tucker, he's not anti-Philadelphia, but he's like, Candace, I don't know where she's going with it. So he's making sure to say, Candace is. That's what he's saying, basically. And I shouldn't even say that's what he's saying, basically. He's saying that. He's saying Tucker's not, but she is. And then he just goes on about them for a while. And then there's another 10, 15 minutes of it, near the middle end. They're all very odd sermons, and they seem more like PR for Philadelphia than anything else. They don't seem like proper sermons. What's going on with Turning Point Faith is very, very disappointing, and you can hear it for yourself. I mean, I've shown you little tidbits, but this is what they're doing. This is the type of stuff they're doing right now. They're just the same way you see this campaign against Candace on X. They're taking that to their stage and their congregations and talking to as many people as possible about it, and they're hoping that those people don't actually run into, videos like this or, et cetera, and start learning a different viewpoint of things. Because this is it's just dastardly. He got, he hit the word on the head. It's dastardly what they're doing, man. But I just wanted to bring you guys that. I know I haven't played clips in a while, and I'm trying to just get more into research because I'm just having a lot of fun doing that and just relaying the information and bringing it to you packaged my way. I really like doing that, but sometimes I just got to show you some stuff. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. Have a good rest of the day. Have a good weekend. And I'll be here tomorrow for you. I'm at.
Wow. It was her birthday now. She is a Scorpio and born in 1988. Wow, that's a big year, spiritually speaking. 1988, lots of things happened in numerology. Wow, and the 20th of November, 2/11/88. She is a twin flame. That is a twin flame birth. She is a twin flame. Wow. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. She's the 20th of November. So 2 is the number of 1 plus 1. And 11 is November. Unfortunately, November, Nove comes from 9. Nove, because Julius Caesar and Augustus Caesar had to be placed in the calendar. You know, I have you know that Ethiopia has 13 months of the year, and Ethiopia celebrates the 13th month of 6 or 7 days. It's a week. It depends on the year. And Ethiopia is still, this is their 2018 year on their calendar. I have you know. So everything is off the table. Anything can happen. That she's a plant, a CIA plant, that she knew her husband was going to be assassinated. It's not new. Jackie Onassis also knew it. The women know. It's funny how the women always know. Oh, that's scary. Well, you're born with a cup also. So the first 2 cards then, well, tick, tick, tick. People totally lie on their birthdays that are posted online. Do you think so? Do you think so? 1988. Wait, I must show the beautiful, the one and only Mary Jane Delicious. Why do I call her delicious? Because she's delicious to me. She is the most delicious lady I know. And this will make Tim Rose very unhappy indeed. I hopefully make Tim Rose unhappy. Why have I got so many messages there? Who's messaged me? 55. MJD. MJ Delicious. Let us see how beautiful you are. Look at MJD. Look at that. Look at MJD. Isn't she a beautiful lady? I think you look beautiful. And your hair looks so good and fine. It really looks beautiful. You look divine, baby. Everyone deserves to be happy. And if your pink hair makes you happy, then please be happy with your pink hair. Please. I was going to show you something else. What was I going to show you? Oh, I want to ask you, MJD, this last rodeo with Sierra, that other cunt that shot at, Was she screening an old live, or was it a new live where there was Dolly and BK, Benny Keys? Did you see that live? You did see that live. You were there. Can you do me a favor? Do everyone a favor, please. Sierra, are you listening to me now? I'm sure you are. You can bang on your table. Sierra, darling, happy Thanksgiving. I'm giving all my gratefulness to you. I just want to know, Sierra, where is it? It's not here. I didn't watch it here. Let me take a look. I know, and you're wondering why. Because you send your veg to everyone. Everyone has to see your veg, Sierra. And you're worse than me. You are the male version. You are the female version of me. Oh, look, did you see? _baked pumpkin pie. Oh, yes. Do you want to see how penis extenders work? No, you don't want to see that. She baked a pumpkin pie. Isn't it so cute? She baked a pumpkin pie. Okay, now where is it? I'm taking.
Some people, they love to hate you. Like, they get a tingling sensation off from hating you. They be on your page every single day like, let me see what this bitch is doing today. Ugh, I can't stand her. Then the next day they do the same thing. They can live without hating you. Some people, they love to hate you.
I'm taking PJ's side, by the way. This bullshit that's going down, it's going down on the YT streets. I trust Ivana. Yes, I do. I trust Ivana. So this live, this one, BK. Oh, so she stole it. Was it old news?
Let's talk about what you do in cases. Shit. Ain't nobody up here can cast a stone.
Kind of going along with, well, you know, the internet thinks this already, you know, kind of let's run with it.
Poor Ernie's so uncomfortable. He just like, oh, God. He was like, now they're going to have a pissing contest. Like, shit. Like, I didn't start this song. Shit. As far as we know, Ernie could have sent him a text like, got him. And then, because Ernie did have a smile on his face. And it looked like he was doing something with his head down a little bit. And that's when Jimmy went in for Benny. Y'all need to put that book, The Art of War, down. Y'all silly.
And it wasn't a classy look at all. It wasn't classy at all.
So that none of that was true. He wasn't paying anybody off to run.
What happened to BK's voice?
No, so the money that I was referring to actually came from a gentleman from the Cash Gurnan case. He's off drugs. Was financing me to get information about I don't want to go too deep into it, but
okay, because this ain't about that.
Yeah,
but it was something
different. No, Tim Mullins never paid me a dime, ever, never.
I'm gonna let it play for just a minute. I'm gonna go get me a Tylenol real quick.
Tim lived with his parents. He's retired and wasn't, pardon my French, but he wasn't slapping a fat hog on the ass. Right?
So you were just y'all were going back and forth, and you said some shit that wasn't true.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, so I want to say something with that. I want everybody to know that when Tim and Benny was together, when they started on me, that's one reason I bought me a shotgun. I bought me a rifle, and so you know how Benny would go gang gang. Well, I named it Bang Bang, and it was just for Benny at that time. I just want everybody to know that. I mean, I just I told Benny that the other day, he started laughing. But I'm glad where we're at right now.
Oh yeah.
If you get stuck on the melody or
Y'all faking.
Okay, because this is a real important question.
Y'all was up here trying to drop some panties on us. Y'all was trying to get these panties to drop one good time for the views. And y'all up here damn near wearing panties. Don't make me pull my strap out. I put men's legs up too. Quiet as it's kept.
Same question for you, BK.
Okay.
Where should we be looking right now? What is your thoughts on this overall thoughts of, if you had a number one suspect, who would it be? What direction should we be focusing on that you think, Ernie?
Okay, so I've always believed in tactics and the way things are currently going. And if we look at the way things are currently going, and us as YouTubers, we don't have much of the back. We don't have much of the behind the scenes like law enforcement does. So we have to find our leads. Otherwise, you believe in that, right? You see how I'm talking about. So we do got something now from law enforcement. I think we need to focus on that, and we need to focus on
What is he wearing?
and going back to where
Looks like it's from.
You made a good point too. Yes, definitely psychology. You made a good point too. It's not only is it men can be jealous of each other, but I can tell you how these men are jealous of each other.
Oh, please, Mary, Jane, Jesus, and Joseph. They all wept together. Seriously, Sierra. You have no idea. You have, and women will never have any idea. Why do you think I don't even go into these places?
Jimmy was jealous, whether he wants to admit it or not. He was jealous of Benny Keys and Ernie Shell for getting as close as they did to Don and Candace and, the Wells and people in Ben Hill. And, Candace was always going on Ernie Shell's or Benny.
Do you think so? You think Jimmy is jealous? No. Jimmy only has he has a girlfriend. He has a wife right now. And she's half Russian, by the way.
He's to talk. So he was jealous of the exposure their channels got. Okay? But Benny Keys and Ernie Shell was jealous of the fact that, Jimmy had more notches in his belt.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They was up here jealous of Jimmy because damn, Jimmy getting all the bitches, getting all the YouTube bitches. Damn, Jimmy getting all, Jimmy getting everybody. He getting all the girls. Like, what y'all seeing, Jimmy? So it's a little bit of both. It goes both ways.
Warrior Nun, do me a favor. Drop a few cards if you're still here. And JD says, no way I'm counting anybody's notches. Nachos or notches?
Well, quiet as it's kept, I think the one person that wasn't jealous of anybody was Benny. I don't think Benny was jealous of Jimmy.
Benny was the most jealous. Jenny. Listen to me. Jenny. Benny Keys hates these two boys to his bones. Believe me. You have no idea how men's minds thinks. I can tell you a few things.
I think Benny just thought Jimmy was goofy and short, you know? And I don't think Benny was jealous of Ernie Shell because,
Of course
you
he
know,
was.
it's Ernie Shell.
He hates
I think
Ernie
Benny
Shell.
was the only one that was even keeled when it comes to, you know, jealousy or not, right?
What, the murdering part?
Well, let's continue. Because it seems like it's getting good because he got his arm folded and shit. He's focused. And he done got a new chair. What? He done made PJ pull up.
Wow. Something. New beginnings. New birth. Big energy.
He said,
Thank you.
The other chair, bro. Was y'all fucking in the computer chair? What, PJ? Peach. Was y'all in the computer chair, girl? And y'all done broke the computer chair.
Wait,
I like
MJD
that
sent a
computer chair,
video.
too. That was a nice chair. See?
MJD's kitty cat. Oh, she got tarot too. Oh, wow. Oh, you got Dacha tarot. You know the word Dacha. You got tarot cards everywhere. All tarot ladies. Beautiful. Ah, I can't get enough of it now. MJD, pull a card for me, please. Queen of Birds. Two of Wands reversed. Oh, we're not going anywhere. Wow, MJD. What's that? What's that? Can I give it a sound? There we go. Oh, come on.
Morning light spills on the counter, painting gold across the floor. I forgot how it feels to notice simple things like that once more. The coffee hums a quiet rhythm, steam is dancing in the air. I catch my reflection softly smiling like I'm finally aware. The world didn't change overnight, but something gentle did in me. It's like I found the missing color in a faded memory. I see beauty in the sunlight, in the way it hits the glass. In the moment I stop rushing and just let the moment last. I'm not chasing any answers, I'm not running from the pain. I'm learning how to breathe again and feel the peace remain. There's laughter ringing in the hallway. It feels lighter when it's mine. The clock is ticking softer now. I'm no longer out of time. The rain taps softly on the window, like it's singing me to rest. And I don't need to have it all, I just need to feel my chest. Every breath becomes a promise that I'm safe where I belong. Every heartbeat is a whisper saying you've been strong. I see beauty in the quiet, in the spaces in between. music and the motion of the city waking slow, and strangers' faces feel familiar, like their stories I could know. The silence doesn't scare me now. It's where my soul begins to speak, and every scar I used to hide just makes my heart unique. I see beauty in the morning, and the shimmer of the rain, in the rhythm of forgiveness flowing gentle through my veins. The world's still spinning wildly, but I've learned to hold it still. And in the grace of every moment, I'm healing. And I will.
Oh, I'm gonna make some coffee. Oh God, no.
I hear voices circling the air, each one listing what they crave. But my heart whispers softer things, carried like a quiet wave. I dream of healing light unfolding over every ailing hand, and lonely children finding arms that finally help them stand. I wish the night felt safe for all who wander searching for a bed, and empty tables weren't the fear that echoes loud inside their head. I long for tenderness to rise the way the morning lifts the day, for kindness not to be a choice but our most natural way. If we could look beyond ourselves and see the fires we create, we might learn the weight we carry when our anger turns to hate. Storms begin from single sparks, unthinking moments left unchanged. Yet peace begins the same small size. With empathy we reconnect. Every step toward compassion shapes the ground beneath our feet. And though the world is burning now, the truth still feels complete. We're capable of gentler paths, of hands that soften, not detach. So walk with wisdom in your flame. Don't be the one who strikes the match. And if the ashes cloud your view, remember hope survives the smoke. For even shattered worlds can bloom when understanding is invoked. A single act of grace can turn a dying ember bright again, reminding us the smallest love still overpowers what has been. Hold her close like the calm after the thunder, breathing steady in a world that pulls her under. No rushing tides, no empty words to chase, just quiet strength written in your embrace. She's walked through storms with her heart unguarded. Love is more than where it started. Bring her peace or let her go. She's done with chaos still in her soul. If you want the fire in her to rise, stand with truth, no hidden lies. Hold her steady, let her spirit run free. If you wanna love, then bring her peace. herself in places she outgrew to live. Oh, but your presence feels like breathing for the first time. Strong enough to hold the wild inside her with something kind. Don't promise heaven if you can't stay grounded. She wants a love that's real, not just sounding. No, safety isn't weakness, it's where her power grows. If you come to her with gentleness, she'll open every door. But if you carry storms inside you with no will to calm the sea, baby, keep on walking. Her heart's not where you leave could be. She won't shrink to fit a story that was never meant for her. She rises where honesty is welcome, where love doesn't fear what it sees. If you step into her world, the tension she'll meet you in the light you bring. But approach her with confusion or danger, and she'll fly before you can breathe. And bring her peace, or let her go.
Wow, we can.
Morning light spills on the counter.
Oh,
Painting.
you sent. Look, what's this? What is this? All the cards. Lovely deck. Which one do you choose? Lovely deck. Wow. Beautiful. Stunning.
Morning light spills on the counter, painting gold across the floor. I forgot how it feels
Oh, I
to
played this
notice
one.
simple things like that once more. The coffee hums a quiet rhythm, steam is dancing in the air. I catch my reflection softly smiling like I'm finally aware. The world didn't change overnight, but something gentle did in me. It's like I found the missing color in a faded memory. I see beauty in the sunlight, in the way it hits the glass. In the moment I stop rushing and just let the moment last. I'm not chasing any answers, I'm not running from the pain. I'm learning how to breathe again and feel the peace remain. There's laughter ringing in the hallway. It feels lighter when it's mine. The clock is ticking softer now. I'm no longer out of time. The rain taps softly on the window, like it's singing me to rest. And I don't need to have it all, I just need to feel my chest. Every breath becomes a promise that I'm safe where I belong. Every heartbeat is a whisper saying you've been strong. I see beauty in the quiet, in the spaces in between, where the world feels less like chaos music in the motion of the city waking slow, and strangers' faces feel familiar, like they're stories I could know. The silence doesn't scare me now. It's where my soul begins to speak, and every scar I used to hide just makes my heart unique. I see beauty in the morning, in the shimmer of the rain, in the rhythm of forgiveness flowing gentle through my veins. The world's still spinning wildly, but I've learned to hold it still. And in the grace of every moment, I'm healing, and
This is the one that I haven't seen yet.
I hear voices circling the air, each one listing what they crave. But my heart whispers softer things, carried like a quiet wave. I dream of healing light unfolding over every ailing hand, and lonely children finding arms that finally help them stand. I wish the night felt safe for all who wander searching for a bed. And empty tables weren't the fear that echoes loud inside their head. I long for tenderness to rise the way the morning lifts the day. For kindness not to be a choice, but our most natural way. If we could look beyond ourselves and see the fires we create, we might learn the weight we carry when our anger turns to hate. Storms begin from single sparks, unthinking moments left unshared. Yet peace begins the same small size. With empathy we reconnect. Every step toward compassion shapes the ground beneath our feet. And though the world is burning now, the truth still feels complete. We're capable of gentler paths, of hands that soften, not detach. So walk with wisdom in your flame. Don't be the one who strikes the match. And if the ashes cloud your view, remember hope survives the smoke. For even shattered worlds can bloom when understanding is invoked. A single act of grace can turn a dying ember bright again, reminding us the smallest love still overpowers what has been.
Did I really play the same song 3 times in a row? I don't know. Oh, the lovers! Decisions, decisions, decisions. That is the card that MJD pulled. Oh, my Lord, have mercy. Decisions we have to be made. Warrior Nun, do you see that? The other day I read that whatever left you with sharks have no reason to ask you made it to shore. Oh, yes. Whoever, you mean? Whoever left you with the sharks have no reason to ask you how you got to the shore. That's the true Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat. Joseph in the Bible. His brothers sold him to the human traffickers. So what did you say? So whoever left you with the sharks. Darling, whoever left you with the sharks. Okay, ladies, I'm going now. I want to thank you. Have a good Friday wherever you are. You're on Saturday already. What you call it? Warrior Nun. It's Warrior Nun. Where's the videos? Where's the videos? There. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. It's a bit late. I did get something else I wanted to show you. Where did I want to get it? I wanted to show you on. Which channel is it on? That's the question. Is it in my email? Maybe it's in my email. Oh, I'm going to end this off by reading the very first GPT, chat GPT. No, come on. No. The first chapter of my book that I wrote. Yes. Do you want to hear the first story? Maybe it's in the other one. It's this one. No. Where is it? Yeah. No, wrong. Oh, it's in Messenger. It's in Messenger, that's where it is. My first quick chapter. I decided to put my book through chat GPT, and this is the answer I got. Isn't it so nice for them to write it better for me? I, Julian King, Chapter 1, rewritten and polished. On an overcast and unusually humid winter evening in London, February 2005, Ian wiped the sweat from his forehead. He was overheated from wearing thick winter clothes while handing out HIV clinic pamphlets along Charing Cross. The narrow streets around Trafalgar Square were packed with people celebrating the Chinese New Year, the year of the rooster. Lanterns glowed red against white sky. New Year. The steam hissed from food stalls. Firecrackers snapped in the distance, and the crowds moved shoulder to shoulder beneath hanging decorations. Ian sat briefly on the curb to catch his breath. As he looked up, he noticed a striking man emerging through the crowd, a tall, dark European who looked as if he had stepped straight off a Paris runway. He towered above most people around him, commanding attention effortlessly. Ian rose to get a better look, curiosity pulling him through the mass of festival-goers. The man was Julian Kane, JC, to his friends, though Ian didn't know the name yet. JC was walking with a woman, dark-skinned, wearing sunglasses, despite the dimming light, and dressed heavily with a scarf, coat, and gloves. Her dreadlocks spilled over her shoulders. They laughed together, like acquaintances, rather than lovers. The pair entered the Cambridge, a Victorian pub, already crowded, mostly with gay men, but sprinkled with straight couples as well. Ian hesitated at the entrance, reminded that he was yet 18. He was not yet 18 and couldn't legally enter. Instead, he peered through the window. Inside, JC and the woman squeezed past the patrons towards the bar, and on a small stage, a drag performer prepared for a cabaret show in a tight red dress. "So what will it be?" the bartender asked JC. "Queen Esther, what are you drinking?" he asked the woman. "A Stella, darling," she replied coolly. "2 Jägermeisters, a Guinness, and a Stella glass, please," JC said, with a shy yet friendly smile. Queen Esther leaned closer to him, her voice dropping to a tone that resembled a hissing witch. "Do you see that man at the end of the bar, Julian Kane? What are you looking at? What a ridiculous show." She motioned toward the drag performer. Her sunglasses remained on, even in the dim interior. The truth was far stranger than Ian or anyone could have guessed. Queen Esther was no human at all. Only the cool humidity of evening allowed her to maintain a human shape, beneath the disguise as a creature whose true eyes would have exposed her for what she really was. The drag show ended, drawing cheers from the pub. JC leaned closer to Esther. "He is cute," he said quietly about the man at the end of the bar. "Yes," she responded, with a long, gradual gargle. "Yes, and he is your number one," she added, locking her unseen gaze on the unsuspecting target. The bartender thumped the drinks onto the counter. £20. JC paid, smiled, and started toward the man, who introduced himself to Tim. They fell easily into flirtation, and a few minutes later Esther excused herself, gesturing vaguely toward the ladies' room, and disappeared. Tim and JC arranged a meeting again the following Wednesday, as Tim was flying to Amsterdam early Monday morning for business. They exchanged numbers, and Tim handed JC a calling card. Meanwhile, outside, Queen Esther approached Ian, who was still lingering near the pub window. "Why are you outside here, young man? You could have come in for a pint," she said. "I'm not 18 yet, ma'am. My birthday is next month," Ian replied. "Well, you're very good-looking. I'd love to buy you a pint for your birthday. What's your name?" she asked. "Ian," he answered, smiling nervously. And where do you live, Ian? In Kilburn, Zone 2. Wonderful. We shall celebrate properly on your birthday. Then, March 17th. Yes, St. Patrick's Day, Ian said, brightening. The Kilburn. And Kilburn is full of Irish pubs. Esther gave him a smile that was warm, only on the surface. Perfect. Ian added shyly, so is JC gay? Yes, my dear, completely useless to the female population, she laughed. Ian nearly melted at that confirmation, but when Ian handed her a pamphlet, she shuddered, a shudder rippled through her disguised form. She took it regardless. Ah, HIV, she muttered. Perhaps JC could use this someday. She slid effortlessly back into charm. Your father, is he here with you? No, Dad is in Iraq. Lee was home for Christmas to see my stepsister in Liverpool. My mom divorced him years ago. So you're the man of the house, then, she said. I try. That's why I'm working. I'm handing out these pamphlets to help bring in the extra money. Esther nodded, collecting information with predatory calm. Give me your number, Ian. JC will give you a call on your birthday, and I will send you a gift. She turned toward Houston Station. I must catch the next train to Holyhead. You're Irish, then? Ian asked. Oh, no, dear. I'm from an entirely different realm. She smiled as if letting him in a private joke. Good night, Ian. And with that, she vanished into the crowd on her way to the ferry port and ultimately back to Dublin, where her story with JC had truly begun. The end of chapter 1. Oh, that was tiring. I'm a terrible reader. Anyway, whoever is still back here with me, I want to love you and thank you and say good night. It's 1:48. 1:48:48. Bless you for staying here, whoever you are. I think time and earphones. Oh Lord Dandy, let's read together. I love it. And put it on private. Do you want me to put it on private? Everybody's doing that these days. So long as I bring you more health, wealth, and happiness, I'm happy. Abundance, prosperity, and peace. Thank you for joining me. Give me a thumbs up, double tap on the screen. If you're really caring, you could share this with your friend. And we'll get an update in the next live. Become the light at the end of my tunnel by hitting that little bell when you do subscribe to get more notifications. I want to thank you for joining me. You are so beautiful to me. I did actually have a song. Yeah, I did have a song, and I didn't sing it, did I? Oh, I don't know. What happens in an hour? I think I did sing it. I did. Very depressing song. Anyway. Bye. Ciao. I really appreciate you. Life does get tougher. But we have to. We've got no choice. We get smarter. And if we try a little bit harder, it does somehow 5 steps forward, 3 steps back. You know what I mean? Thank you, MJD. Thank you, Warrior Nun. And thank you, everybody else that was chatting. Have a good day. Happy Friday. Happy weekend. Last weekend, Black Friday. Happy Thanksgiving from all of us around the world to all the Americans. You deserve it. Because you keep us ticking. Yes, we love America. Secretly. Shh, shh. Don't tell anyone. Ciao for now. Tot ziens. Ik lieve je. Ik liebe dich. Sierbonga. Riolabonga. En Diabonga. Australia, you're the second love. Huh? America is the first love. Australia is the second love. I don't know why. Everybody loves Australia. Yes. That's a true story. Happy Invasion Day to the USA. Is that what it is? Oh yes, it's a racist day. I don't know. Happy Racist Day. Au revoir. Tot ziens. Mwah.